the talks where, of course, Calafiori deal is also one big one. Now, this afternoon, we had a breaking one from, that is United still, who have also increased their pursuit for, that is PSG, of course, midfielder, that is Ugarte. Now, a lot will be coming the due course as we shall be wrapping it up at the second half of this very show. It's the whistle time, as usual. Your host Owen Ezaga. Now, of course, starting with the big talking point. Of course, rumorly, already we've gotten tips here and there, but of course we're trying so much to find out the reality of the matter, because one of the sports journalists from Gulu did report that there is already some negotiation going on with the management of Arua Hill Sports Club to see that Arua Hill is being sold to a school called Credo Nasserin Primary School that is in Gulu, and this team will be shifting. That means to Gulu for, of course, the FUFA Big League. So this school, probably rumorly, is said to have taken over the management. So we're waiting to have the official confirmation from, of course, the club, and probably put out things. But rumors are always one big stories to talk about, right? Every other part right there. So for those who would be wanting to know what exactly is happening, it is one of the rumors that is happening right about now. So let's wait and see how that comes up. Let's wait and see how this pushes in there. But all in all, I want to say it's so interesting that stories keep dropping every day and now. So what will that mean in case it's true for the fans of Arua Hill who are in Arua City, who are in the West Nile? Of course, will they have to follow this team up to there? And then how is the success of a team that is always transferred from a place to another place? That's also another big talking point that you will really want to discuss in depth, because look at a team like Blacks Power that has been transferred from that is Bukedia to Lira. How much impact is right on ground? How much people on ground, how much do people on ground love such a team? That is also another big thing that you will be looking into. Yes, I'm meant to know that there's still going to be one thing, which is called a change of there's going to be change of name. Of course, it's always a process that you have to go through. By that is the federation, through the federation, I mean, and the federation will give you guidelines on how this needs to be done. So that means the FUFA teams and club licensing and the rest of the things will be worked in there. But how good is this? Because I know Credo, of course, National Primary School is one school that has been sportingly very well, because the sportingly they have been doing very well in that in the northern region, of course, pushing everything correctly. So could they buy this as an option? And probably who are those people going to manage? Because football management is not an easy thing. That is also another question that one will want to ask about this very team. So it is so challenging. It's going to be very interesting, but a very also big question to talk about, because yeah, a lot will be expected from such move in there, and in case it goes, it happens to be a real, it happens to be true or a true story, then I think that, to me, will be a bad one for West Nile, because this is a club that has been here for a couple of years, for very many years, from the All-Stars to the Doves All-Stars to Azizi Damani Doves All-Stars. They were all here, rotating within here. And now again, a team, of course, that is going to be called maybe another name. I think it's going to, first of all, phase away the fans that used to be here, and the names shifting here and there. Just barely like 3-4 years, you're seeing another new name coming in for this very club. So that means there's a lot. But how much prepared is also the team that, if really it's true that the takeover is complete, how much prepared is the team that has taken over? What exactly is going to be there? Because we've seen clubs being taken over. We've seen Leicester City. We saw Everton being taken over in other aspects. But how much money do they put? How much is needed to be put in there? So those are some of the big things that I want us to look into, which of course I have at least a journalist here that we shall be discussing with about this very story one of these days, because it's a very big story to talk about, and that is if confirmed or truly then we shall have that workout. But all in all, it's one of the biggest things. I will just like to highlight for you that all over it's trending, but I can't confirm to you because it is one big one, unless the clubs comes up and puts an official statement that yes, the takeover is complete, and that is what will be coming in there. So we first treat this as a rumor coming right through there. Now let's turn focus away from that, because I told you it was just a tip of what is trending right now all over. But moving on, how things are done, of course, it's always a process, exchanging documents here and there. So in case the documents or the exchanges are going to be complete, of course, we shall be expecting a very big statement coming through from, that is maybe the club officials or the club officials, yes, on how this has worked out. But I've just told you that was a rumor moving in there. Now, over 140 games have been registered for the M10 monthly team at Entebbe Club, and this is going to be a very big one. This month of July, you're going to be seeing another one. Recently, we're at Rua Golf Club, where, of course, you did see also teams pushing things in there. But by pressing, by press time, that was today morning, an overwhelming number came through. 148 golfers had registered to take part, of course, in this July month of July's tea that will be taking place right there. So this game is always monthly at the Entebbe Club course, and they are looking forward to see that things work out. So as we talk, yes, it is kicking off tomorrow, which is 20th, with a lot of things, and the Lakeside Par 71 golf, of course, golfing facility is what they are going to be using right there to see that things work their way, things push directly to what exactly they want, and that is going to be very, very interesting. If you look at some of the names maybe that have come through, there is Subi Chiwanuka, Jovia Tugume, who are one names that you could talk about, Philip Walera, and then David Mpanga, Herbert Olowa, and then Robert Ejiku, of course, will drive off at, that is 8:15 a.m. Ejiku is one, of course, from West Nile. He has been very, very outstanding. You've seen him. He is a golfer, and he has always loved playing golf. So he's one name that will be kicking off early morning tomorrow to see that these games kick off well in there. And then, of course, you have the lady Anne Abeja, who has been also one big one. Then there's Michael Oduru, who has also been a prolific one. Recently, you heard about Patrick Mugisha, who was also here in the West Nile, by the Arua. Brian Munyindo will also play together starting at, that is the 10:50 a.m. Now, the bankers will also come. Of course, the head of communication, Annette Nachiga, is one of the bankers, of course, who will be right there in the pool, as, of course, Enoch Barata, Richard Serumpasi, and then Andrew Bugembe. They will be teeing off at 12:30. That is also another one. Now, this is one big one because there's going to be Kim Karisa, who will also be right in play with, of course, Samuel Sejaka, Andrew Baguma, and Fred Chimbugwe will be driving their teeing off at exactly 12:20. So those are some of the things that are coming, and a lot of prizes that will be right there, because remember, there are sponsors that have come through, telecommunication sponsors. You have other sponsors, the breweries companies that have also come out to see that things work out, because last month their main sponsor dedicated towards the they are dedicated this towards the fundraising of Katabi Primary School, that is in Entebbe, and the golfer responded that in of course an affirmative way. Now this time they will be wanting to see that they add more of this, but this time round other partners include, of course, some motors, and then some accessories, and then, of course, you talk about insurances and breweries. You have of course, different telecommunication members that have come through. We shall be waiting to see how this works out, because there are a lot that you could be expecting right there. I've just given you how this tee-off will be. The whole tee-off will start from 7 a.m. with, of course, Banturaki Andrew, and then, of course, Atuhaire Andrew, Crisp, of course, Cypred, Libayo, and then, of course, you have Tumsime, Pamela, are all going to be in this contest. At the same time, the other hand, you'll be seeing Mugisha Richard, Philip, of course, Kazibwe, and Tumukunde Lois, as Ivan Dashman will also be right in the contest. But at 7:15, you have also Gaspar Bagenyi, who will be right there, and then Kida Nobushonyi, and then Haise Koshiba, and of course Cheptumo. Yes, Cheptumo, and will be against, of course, this big one. So we should be expecting a lot of things that will be running through tomorrow, and these games are expected to end tomorrow by around 10. Yes, by around 1. Yes, by around 1 we shall be expecting these games get gotten done. So let's wait and see how they will be preparing, but I think it's a very good initiative towards a cause that probably could work out throughout. Okay, when we leave that there, now looking into some of the top stories are still running right here. There are big names that we talked about yesterday. One of them was Chemutai, Cheplengat, and the rest, where the Ugandan medals this time going to go. Of course, who are those people? Because the Olympics will take center stage on July 27th. That is going to be a Saturday, I should say. Yes, Saturday. And August 11th, and that is the France capital. That will be in Paris and other cities that will be coming through. But at the same time, I can tell you, multiple world champions and of course the 5,000 meters Olympic gold medalist, I'm talking about Joshua Cheptegei, has already shown and will lead the team that will of course compete. That is the games of Olympics that will be at Olympad. After, of course, he was named the captain last week. So he will be making sure that things work out the way he expects. And that's one big thing that will be coming right there. And Uganda's team is comprised of 25 athletes who, of course, will be competing in the track and road events, and then swimming and cycling. Not forgetting, of course, rowing. That will also be one of the biggest things to talk about right through. Now, the team comprises of 12 first-time Olympians who have been there, and then these include, of course, the rising sprinter who has been so outstanding at Tassis Rogot, and then there's a swimmer, Gloria Muzito, who has always been there, and she has been there. Jesse Sengozi has also been one big one, and then there's a cyclist called Charles Kajimu, who is also very good. And then the marathoners include Rebecca Cheptegei, and then Victor Kiplangata, not forgetting Andrew Rotiche and Komeo, and long distance runner like Belinda Chemutai, who has also upped up the her game. Then there's Anit Chelangat, Joy, of course, Chetongye, and then Martin Kiprotich, and steeplecher, I'm talking about Leonardo Chemutai, who has also been mentioned in this name. So they will be looking forward to see that they execute what exactly is needed for Uganda to make sure that they get themselves through to what is called the Olympics. Now, Cheptegei is one big one that you could talk about, the gold star boy, gold medalist, and that is the last Olympics. He had a very outstanding performance. Of course, he will be leading the Ugandan team, and in that is the hunt for the gold, alongside Jacob, of course, Kiplima, who, of course, this is his trainer, and he has always been very good, and the duo will also compete in, that is the 5,000 meters, not forgetting also the 10,000 meters, and of course, top of that is the list of Uganda's medal hopefulness in right there. So every other person is looking onto them because they need to really show it out. The last time they've gotten so busy with their training sessions to see that things work out the way they expect. But all in all, I want to say that it is now the time to prove who you are. In that is the 5,000 meters race. The duo along with Oscar Chelimo will also have to find, of course, off their way to see that things work on the right thing. On the road, yes, there's going to be Victor Chiplangat, who has also been that is ascending over the past couple of years, trying to push things in there. You saw him in the marathons in Birmingham, where, of course, in the Commonwealth game in 2002, 2003, yes, he was right there, trying to push in there, and with the World Championship in Budapest, doing very good. And then Kiplangat, who also will be running at the first Olympics as of course he holds Uganda's medal. Hopes goes up. So wow, they've been there and they are still going so much, because we shall see. That is for the boys or the men category. That is trying so much to see. But Peruth Chemutai, a gold, of course, medalist in Tokyo, has also proven herself well, and she will be looking forward to see that she defends her crown in the women's 3,000 meters steep chest that will be coming through for her. And Chemutai has also run a world leading time to talk about. She had a timing of around 8 hours, 8:55, and then of course 8 minutes 55 seconds and 09 microseconds. That was very superb for her, and that is the event this season, which of course she ran during the Ngune Diamond League meet. That was right there, and it was her first ever sub 9 minute race. And of course, we'll be looking forward to improve her chances in Paris, because she has been so outstanding, and she takes the likes of that is Beatrice Chepkoech of that is Kenya, who has been one big name to talk about, and she will be looking forward right there. Meanwhile, if you look at the 2019 world champion, I'm talking about Halima Nakai, who will also be all but, of course, her last shot that is an Olympic medal in a very, very competitive event was way back. Now, Nakai, who, of course, has been one big name, ran a world leading of around 1 minute. It was 1:57, and then, of course, yes, 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 58 seconds. That was the run that he made during that is the Continental Tour Gold in Los Angeles, and this was one big one, and that will be also a better effort to see that if she is fend off favorites, that means Mary Moro of Kenya, and of course Great Britain duo of Gemma Reekie and Gemma Reekie, and then Hawkinson will also be right there. So allow me give you the full list of the members that will be representing Uganda, but how will that be, and why do you think we shall have hopes of being with a medal? That's one big thing that I will be asking you right there. Now, on this, I can tell you the full list includes, of course, the men category includes Tassis Gracious Orogot, 200 meters in 2014. Then you have 2024, I mean, Tom Dradiga. Yes, Tom Dradiga, you've known about him. He has been there. He has been talked about. He's going for 800 meters. Jacob Kiplimo will be going for to represent Uganda in the 5,000 and 10,000 meters. He did that in 2016, 2020, and 2024. And then Joshua Cheptegei is going for 1,000 meters and 5,000 meters. And 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters. He did that and was a champion in 2016, 2022, and 2024. Oscar Chelimo is going for 5,000 meters. And 2020, 2024, he was where he represented Uganda. Martin Magengo Kiprotich is going for 10,000 meters. This is his first year, and of course he will be doing it right there. Leonardo Chemutai, also first year in the steep chest, and he's going for that is 300 meters. You have of course Victor Kiplangat, is a marathoner, so he's going for a marathon. And he has 2024 this is his first time. Stephen Kisa, of course, also a marathon. He's going for marathon, but he did that in 2020 and 2024 now. Andrew Rochit, Kemeo, marathon also, still his first time right there. For the ladies category, you have, of course, Halima Nakai, who has always been leading right there. 2016, she was outstanding. 2020, she was outstanding. And of course, 2024 is now another time to showcase in Paris, in France. Winnie Nanyondo is going for 1,500 meters. 2016, she was good. 2020, she was good. And now 2024, she is also there. Joy Cheptegei is going for, that is 10,000 and 5,000 meters. And this is yet her first time. Whereas Esther Chebet, 2020, she was there, but 2024, is also another in 5,000 meters. You have Belinda Chemutai as a first timer in this with 5,000 meters. Then you have Sarah Chelangat, who is also going for 10,000 meters. But she also did that, by the way, in 2024 and 2020. So Annette Chemugich Chelangat is going for 10,000 meters, and this is her first time. As Peruth Chemutai, 2016 she was there, 2020 she was there, and now 2024 for 3,000 steeplechase in there. Stella Tsensang is a marathoner, and she will be, this is her second time to represent the country. 2016 she did so. Marceline Chemlangat also did in 2020. Now 2024 is another year for her to show to the world that I am representing Uganda. Rebecca Cheptegei is also another name that you could talk about very well, with, of course, another interesting moment. Now, when we leave all those names there, who do you think will be coming up with a medal? For that is Uganda, because those are going to be one. We have no footballers that are going for this, but we have at least athletes who are going to be running for this. And I believe they will always dominate and at least come up with a gold medal or a silver or even a bronze. That will be right there. Swimming, Gloria is an uprising lady. She's doing very good. Muzito, she's going for 100 freestyle. This is her first time. As Jesse Sengozi will also be representing 100 meters butterfly. This is also his first time. In the cycling, that means you'll be having Charles Kajimu, who of course has shown that, has proven he wants to go for that competition in the men's road race. And this is going to be his first time representing Uganda. In the rowing, we have still Grace Nabol. She was there in 2020. Yes, 2020. And she is going to be representing Uganda again in, that is the single scull rowing in 2024. What are you expecting? What are we expecting from Uganda this time round? That's the question every other person is asking, because those are the names that will be representing Uganda. Now, let me take you away from Olympics and bring you back to the country Uganda itself with the Federation of Uganda Football Association. There is a very interesting moment that this time round the Super 8 has been changed a little. The format is changed. That means they only pick the Super 7, and then of course one extra name is added, and that is this national team that is always summoned to take on for this season. 2024 Super 8 tournament has changed. Now this is last season you saw the top 8, yes, but this time around Uganda has already done its selection to see that who are those names that will be coming. A squad has been named by the Uganda Cranes assistant head coach, Sam Simbwa, and of course is composed of mainly local-based players and free agents that of course are out of 7 participating clubs. According to FUFA, some foreign-based players are coming. They will be included in this team, and of course they will be looking into this to see that it helps in shaping up the team. But a very, very interesting team has been selected. Now, who are the names that have been selected? Let's start from here. There's Matovu Hassan of Soul Tilo Bright Stars. There's, of course, Sekaja Bashir of Wachiso Giants. Then there's Maganda Abdu of URA. Those are the goalkeepers summoned. You have defenders like Begisa James Pence of URA. You have Kizito Gavin Mugerwa, a free agent. You have Tebandeke Christopher of UPDF. Then you have Bwangani Amisi of URA. Then you have Kato Samuel of Soltilo Bright Stars. You have Bule Warren of Soltilo Bright Stars. Matovo Faizo of Lugazi. Then you have Ibrahim Juma of CD Leganes B in Spain. You have Kayondo Ronald of UPDF. You have Fate Klenkfans of Soltilo Bright Stars. In that midfield still there's Kakande Shafik of Bright Stars. Alido Moses of URA. Then you have Muglusi Isma, a free agent. You have Chisolo Innocent of URA. Then you have Sechibengo Godfrey of URA. Then you have Senyonjo Hassan of Wachiso Giants, and of course Tibita Laban of URA. As for the strikers, there's Buyanga Bruno of URA. Then there's Ogwal of Police Isaac. And then Himbisibwe Ivan of URA. Akandanaho Joseph of Mbarara. Then you have Semuju Joseph of URA, whereas Alpha Sali Thierry of Express, Lutalo Umar, a free agent, and of course Basagwa Richard, who is also a free agent. And the coach is going to be, of course, the assistant coach, that is Sam Simbwa, who will be taking on this team to see that this works out. Not forgetting, of course, also Chigundu Stephen, who will be the goalkeeping coach, and Biale Jusa Ayub, the trainer, Massa Godfrey, the team manager, and then, of course, Nakabango Emmanuel, team director, doctor, and then, of course, Gomisira, who will be the physio, but, of course, Lucida Ronaldo will be the media officer. So, what do you think about this? Because it's one big one. Why should it be now even the Super 8? Because the Super 8 meant the first 8 people. Why did they push this? And why did it come like this? Maybe did they inform the stakeholders? That is also another question that you could be asking right throughout these games. So we're waiting to see how that works out. But all in all, that's for the break. I can tell you for the first half of this show. As we get to the second half, there are a lot of stories that I also will have to tell you, depending on how other local stories are running in there, because there are very, very many that I will not want to leave out because you still have a lot. Because right now, we shall be coming back to see how teams like Chitara will be hosting their games and how, of course, other things are moving through. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.